Matt Rife, I heard on the Burt Show the other morning that he had mentioned that he's never really liked the crowds in Atlanta. Have you heard this?
Yeah. He said Atlanta's his least favorite city in the United States.
And then the Burt Show is trying to get him and throw a party for him and give him a good crowd so he can like Atlanta again.
Yeah. Good for them. They got an uphill battle. Yeah, Kathleen's going to see him.
I don't know. That's not an uphill battle. You're getting the #1 radio station that has hundreds of thousands of viewers that probably aren't your, like, to me, if I'm Matt Rife, no, of course he's huge. Don't get me wrong.
Right now he's riding a wave.
But
that's for sure.
But if I'm him, I'm gonna come and do a show somewhere anyways. Might as well.
He's coming to Atlanta.
Might as well do a surrounding around the biggest radio station, and he's gonna sell a lot more stuff. Look, the Burt Show listeners are like super like supportive of that station.
I think he's sold out of every ticket in Atlanta in like an hour. Because Kathleen is going to see him in Jacksonville or something. I'm
just saying it can't hurt to get an audience you don't have already.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And he's relevant to the audience
Hopefully
too.
He just enjoys it. I don't know. I mean, I remember watching that clip, but I just don't remember exactly why he said Atlanta was his least favorite city. He just said there's nothing for him here. I remember him saying there's nothing for me in that city. The crowds are not just so great that you want to come back to that city. And I wonder why that is.
Who said this again?
Matt Rife. M-A-T-T.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everything in my being.
He said, fuck Atlanta.
They do.
I've been performing there for about 11 years, I would say.
Yeah.
I've just never had a good time in that city. This city, here's the thing. I'm not trying to shit on the city as a whole. It just has nothing to offer me. I don't find it fun. There's nothing enjoyable about it to me. The crowds there are usually fine. They're not like extravagantly funny. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to come back to this city. Some cities I'm like, dude, I'll move here.
Yeah.
I could be here for 6 months, do shows every single night.
I feel like #1, we don't have in Atlanta an actual comedy club anymore. We don't. We used to. Punchline.
Yeah, I agree.
And I guess it was called the Laugh Factory in Alpharetta. But we don't have that. When you walk in the door, especially Punchline, when you walked in the door, you could smell.
It feels like that nostalgic
history
comedy.
of comedy. Yes, it was that comedy place. So we don't have that.
Yeah,
and if you don't have that,
and
if you don't have that atmosphere, you know that you're not going to get that. #1 is he's probably too big to even fit Punchline now, anyways. But he wasn't 7 years ago, 8 years ago. You know, he would have gone there. But that's #1. #2 is I agree with Atlanta has fair weather fans. We always have. You know, it's just that kind of thing. I mean, look, the Battery has helped the Braves out a ton with not having fair weather fans for sure. I hope it continues that way because the Battery is always packed. But other than that, I want you back, Matt. Come on, dude.
No, he's a funny guy.
He's hilarious.
I wanted to see
he's
where
hilarious.
exactly.
I hate that he doesn't like Atlanta like that. I really
wanted to see where exactly he was performing in Atlanta. He's
No.
not doing fucking Phillips Arena.
No.
Theaters
Farm
and stuff.
or
I
No.
think.
No, he's not
Yeah,
doing
he's
the
got to
Dome.
be doing theaters.
Atlanta's not really my favorite city to party in, I guess.
I don't think it's my favorite city to party in either because I think there's nostalgia of being out of your own city, right?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Like
yeah.
there's this thing that I'm away from, you know, from my city, and this is where I go to party and relax or do whatever you do. But I've been to a lot of places, and Atlanta's my home, and I lived in Buckhead and in Midtown for 6-7 years, so I know it very well, which helps, right? I know the city, I know the streets, I know where things are, so that helps. LA's just too big. New York's just too big. You can't move around as easy. But if I had a place where I wanted to go chill out, and like I love Key West. Like Key West is my favorite vacation destination for just relaxing because it's just so mellow there. Party time. New Orleans is so awesome to me.
New Orleans is fucking awesome.
The
thing about New Orleans is you feel like you're partying with everybody there. I think that's what's so different about Atlanta is it feels like 20 different pods of parties that all happen to be in the same place. Whereas like in New Orleans, you can interact with every single person that you're in the bar with.
Yeah, but I think that that's the eye of the beholder of the trip that you took, because if you ask a lot of people hate New Orleans. They
Yeah.
can't stand it
Yeah,
for
it's
some
fucking
reason.
dirty. I know
You know
that.
what I mean? So it is dirty, but there's a nostalgia about it. There's a
fucking
and I say
fun.
there's a smell about it. I don't mean like a smell like a great smell. There's just this scent of history about it. There's you know that's why I like it. I like Savannah.
Yeah,
Savannah's
I enjoy
really
Savannah.
really awesome.
Savannah,
and
yeah,
it's
River
clean.
Street's so much fun. Yeah.
It's the cleaner version of New Orleans, and not as much partying, but it's pretty cool.
I'll tell you, the party in Atlanta
Yeah.
is Rick Ross's house. Is Rick
Yeah.
Ross's mansion. That's the party.
Evander Holyfield's old house.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. That that guy throws party for like a few hundred people all the time.
But Nashville is now my party central.
Nashville's fucking awesome.
Nashville's my party town now.
Yeah.
Like I would rather go there than New Orleans. For not number one is it's closer. I get in the car, I drive there. It's 3 hours, easy three hour drive.
It's one highway. It's one interstate.
Yeah, it's not there. What's two? But it's but it's awesome. It's clean. You know, you can party when you want to party in Nashville. Like if you're an early riser and you want to get started at 10:30, 11, you can hear live music. You can get blasted. You can eat you can eat a lunch and an early dinner and get to fucking bed. If you want to sleep late and then hit the nightlife, you can. You are gonna have a good time no matter where it is. Like if you go to Panama City or go to these places, you're not gonna have as good time during the day as you will at night. The nightlife.
You almost got to bide your time and stay alive.
Same way.
Drink a liquid IV.
That's right. Same as New Orleans is. You're not going to
that's
have
true.
as good time in the daytime as you will at night. It's
You're
just
going to drink a couple of Bloody Marys and relax.
That's right. That's right. So, but in Nashville, it accommodates your time schedule, whatever that might be.
I agree.
Yeah, and that's where all the young college grads are going to now. It's the old Atlanta. It's the place for the where the 18 to 26-year-olds want to be and land.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I agree.
A lot of industry going on.
I think a lot of that shit is moving away from Miami too. I think Miami, like probably the last 10 friends that I've had that went there and spent time there, like vacation wise, haven't enjoyed their time in Miami. Yeah,
Miami's so expensive.
It really is, and it's a fucking. It feels like Miami will gobble you up. Like it's a big city and it moves fast. There's a shitload of people there. Clubs are super packed.
I always feel like Miami is a lot like LA, and it's not genuine.
Yeah.
There's not a genuine aspect to it. Atlanta, there's a genuine aspect to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Where Miami and you don't think so?
I don't agree. No,
Okay,
I think
but-
everybody acts like they're rich.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Miami.
Have you had that same experience in Miami,
But
though?
the reason I say that in Miami and
Probably,
in LA is because it's like this. It's not maybe that I want to be rich. It's I know people that know people, and I'm going to get in this club, and I get into the VIP, and I get the bottle service,
Yeah.
and I'm waiting in line, and there's
Everything's for show.
And then it's a show thing.
I
It's a
can
show
agree
thing.
with that.
I don't feel that with Atlanta, but I might be just in a different area than you.
I think Atlanta's still got some authenticity to it for sure. It depends where you are for sure, and the demographics split up a little bit. You're not going to run into the same people you run into in Midtown as you do in East Andrews
100%.
a lot of times.
Very
And
true.
it's just where you are. It's
It is
such a diverse city.
It is
because-
absolutely a pockets of diversity in
Yeah.
Atlanta where it's so different for
Yeah.
sure. Like Smith's Old Bar is so much different than you're talking about the piano club
Yeah.
and a jazz club in off Piedmont.
Yeah, or
like that's a
Little
totally
Five, and East Andrews is
total different people. Yeah.
oh yeah, it's complete. It just feels like a completely different city.
It
so.
is. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You gotta
and
get
then
a feel
and
for
then
all
you
of
get OTP. There's like the Battery is not Atlanta.
No.
And it doesn't feel like Atlanta. It feels more authentic.
Yeah, no.
It feels like
a home bar. It
I
feels
can
like something
agree
you'd see in a
with that.
movie.
You know what I mean? Like it's more authentic than that. If you go to some of those clubs in Buckhead and Midtown, they are more like your Miami / LA type clubs. Especially what we need to do is we used to go into like the Ritz-Carlton and sit and have drinks there because you'd always see people going in and out of there and just sit there and have drinks and do that, or the Four Seasons or whatever, and just
Bruce
sit there and
Chris
bullshit.
out there on Piedmont.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of the knots, all of the guap, all of the pesos, all of the pollo, all of the knots, all of the guap, all of the pesos, all of the pollo, all of the money, all of the money, all of the money, all of the money, all of the money.